them at the corner place, the one with the candles and old wine bottles. You held the door, touched my back, same easy move you always do in front of people. Menus open, water poured, someone asked how we'd been. You said busy but good and smiled at me like that was still a shared answer. I laughed in the right places. You asked if I wanted to split the fries from across the table. We probably looked exactly fine. We got quiet in public, careful smiles, clean time and no visible bruise. Dinner with friends, you in one conversation, me faded into two. Passing plates, polite eye contact, both of us performing what used to be true. We got quiet in public and saved all the real silence for the car ride home. For the car ride home. At some point you turned toward Mark and stayed there through the next 3 stories. I was talking travel plans with Lena, using my hands too much, laughing half a beat late. When the check came, you reached first. I said I got my half, too fast, too bright. You made a joke about spreadsheets, and nobody knew enough to hear the edge on it. That's the strange part now, how smoothly we can still move around each other like people who studied the steps. After the music changed, we got quiet in public, careful smiles under restaurant light. Separate conversations, my glass in my hand, your chair angled right. Someone said you two are the easy couple, and I felt my whole face hold still. We got quiet in public, like keeping up appearances was the last thing we still did well. I don't think either of us planned it, the shift from natural to managed. Just one too many nights of private weather carried into rooms with better lighting. And once you start curating the version other people get to see, it gets harder to remember what it felt like not to need one. We got quiet in public, then walked to the car with our coats half on. Street cold, seatbelts clicking, your keys in your hand, both of us looking straight ahead. Dinner with friends behind us, their voices still warm in the parking lot. We got quiet in public and then said almost nothing all the way home. At the red light by our building, you asked, "You okay?" Like we'd only just become alone. The last shared note is still pinned, yellow icon, groceries titled both our names. Open circle, check mark. Dish soap, oats, cat food, batteries. Your edits show up in a different line. Wait, mine in the plain one underneath. It's just a list for ordinary things, which is maybe why it hits this hard. I scroll past old practical language like it doesn't know what happened next. Remember lemons, trash goes out Tuesday. Small sentences still doing their jobs. The last shared note, crossed off items, one unfinished line. iPhone screen glowing in my hand like routine survived when we did not. Paper towels, toothpaste, coffee filters, things we thought we'd keep needing together. The last shared note turns out to be the part of us that stayed useful the longest. Halfway down there's your last edition. Pick up allergy meds if you're near the store. No period, no emoji, no softness, just the way we talked when life was moving. Under that I wrote eggs and never crossed it off, then one blank line after it, like somebody meant to add one more thing and didn't. That's the part I keep staring at, not the mess, not the soap, not the brand of rice, just that little bit of empty where the ordinary stopped mid-thought. The last shared note, crossed off errands, one unfinished line. Practical words going suddenly tender just because I know the date beside them now. Oh, dish soap, oats, cat food, batteries, all the plain ways a life fits in a phone. The last shared note makes heartbreak look smaller than it is, or somehow lets it hurt more. I thought the last thing would sound important. A full sentence, maybe even kind. Not trash bags, not get more coffee. Not a line about printer, paper, and lines. But maybe that's more honest. What survives is rarely the speech, just proof we had a system. And for a while it worked because there were two of us in it. The last shared note, still pinned above newer single-use things. Take vitamins, call the dentist, change the address, water the plant by the sink. One unfinished line under eggs, my thumb hovering like I could fix the shape of it. The last shared note isn't poetry, isn't closure, just ordinary language left open. Me still reading it like it meant more than a list. I haven't deleted it, I just don't add to it, which feels different. Made enough for both of us. Left your plate covered near the stove. Texted at 7:12, you close, and watched the message stay on sent. The rice went stiff around the edges. Steam left the kitchen one thin line at a time. I turned the burner off, then on low, then off again, like that could help. By 8:40 the microwave light felt brighter than the room itself. I kept checking the time like punctuality and hope were cousins. You missed dinner again. Cold plate, fork set out, water gone flat. Microwave light on the counter, throw in that pale square back. I heard the key too late after I'd already wrapped your food. You missed dinner again, and repetition has a way of sounding like the truth. Came in, you looked half-finished, bag still on, apology already there. Said it got away from me, same tone as every other Thursday lately. I asked if you wanted me to heat it, you said no, it's fine, I'll do it. And stood there reading something on your phone while the plate stayed cold between us. It's strange what stopped surprising you, not in one big moment, just by use. The thing becomes familiar, and then familiar starts to answer for itself. You missed dinner again. Same dish towel, same checked clock, same line. Microwave like cold plate, me pretending not to mind. I heard the key too late, the small metal sound at the door. You missed dinner again, and I don't ask if you're coming home for real anymore. I know there are practical reasons, traffic, work, the kind of day that slips. I know being late is sometimes only that, and not a verdict, not a sign. But absence gets its own meaning when it happens enough in the same room. A person doesn't have to leave you loudly for the evening to start answering on their behalf. You missed dinner again. One plate wrapped up, one plate washed and put away. Microwave light, quiet kitchen, my shadow moving wall to wall. I heard the key too late, it still moved like I expected something else. You missed dinner again, and that's its own kind of answer now, even without the words to match it yet. After you fell asleep, I threw the rice out and kept the container. I laughed at something near me, half a second late. Held my glass up in the right spot, kept my shoulders straight. Someone said, you look good lately. I said, yeah, I've been alright. Like that wasn't just good lighting and a practiced kind of night. I know how to stay until the check comes. I know how to wear a face. I know how to wait for everybody to look the other way. Nobody sees me leave. They just see me smiling at the door. Nobody sees the hallway. Hold my hand against the wall outside the floor. I keep it clean, I keep it brief. I make her look like being tired. Nobody sees me leave. That's when I come untied. In the bathroom mirror light, I fixed the corner of my mouth. Ran cold water on my wrist till my pulse would quiet down. A girl I barely know said, you okay? Through lipstick red. I said, yeah, just a long week. And watched her whole life leave my head. I know how to grab my coat softly. I know how to thank the host. I know how to save the break-in for the places no one goes. And nobody sees me leave. They just see me smiling at the door. Nobody sees the hallway. Hold my hand against the wall outside the floor. I keep it clean, I keep it brief. I make her look like being tired. Nobody sees me leave. That's when I come untied. It's not that I want attention, I just hate how good I got at making pain look smaller than the room it takes up. By the time I'm in the backseat, by the time I let it start, everybody thinks I made it home the same way that I parked. Nobody sees me leave. They just hear drive safe and text me when you're in. Nobody sees the silence when the car door shuts and I fold in. I keep it neat, I keep it sweet, I keep the worst part out of sight. Nobody sees me leave. They only see me try. Nobody sees me leave. They never see that part of the night. Engine running, street lights blur, face in the window looking like her. Took one carton from the parking lot, same as always, quarter in the slot. You had your list open in the notes app. I had mine open right beneath the time. I said, we need coffee, rice, and soap. You said, let's get the good olive oil. Then asked if we were still doing lunches, like that was only about the week ahead. Aisle 7, canned goods, paper towels, both of us standing by the car too long. You were doing numbers in your head, I was doing years and not saying it. One cart, two lists, same store, same bright floor, different plans and them budget talking low voices, like the shelves might overhear which life we're in. Shared cards, separate notes, your phone in your hand, mine lighting up my my coat. We were shopping side by side, already carrying different versions of what comes next. You picked the cheaper cereal, I reached for the brand we always buy. You said we should probably start cutting back, and I heard way more in that than groceries. At the freezer case you asked, do we really need this? Holding the dumplings halfway up, I almost said for who, but just put them back and kept walking. There was no scene, no raised voice, just that quiet kind of disagreement where two people stay polite because the subject is bigger than the item in their hands. One cart, two list, aisle 7, silent math, the wheel pulling left, budget talking, little edits, what to keep, what to drop, what to not name yet. Shared cart, separate notes, you're adding things for now, me thinking past next month. We were shopping for dinner and somehow touching the outline of two different futures at once. I don't think you're meant to leave me out, and I wasn't trying to leap ahead, but practical talk gets loaded fast when nobody says what it's standing in for. Shared life is built in small decisions, brand names, lease dates, whether to buy in bulk, and sometimes you can feel the split before the sentence forms, just by how long somebody looks at a shelf. One cart, two lists, same checkout line, same bags in the trunk, budget talk still hanging there between the eggs and the paper towels. Shared cart, separate notes, your screen going dark, mine still open in my hand. We were shopping together, but I could already feel how differently we were planning to land. At home we unpacked in silence and both crossed things off that were never the same list. The app still had our Friday saved. 2 noodle bowls, dumplings, extra sauce. You said just do the usual, like saying it could keep its job. Mina at the counter saw us walking, reached for the receipt before I spoke, asked if we still wanted chili oil. You looked at your phone and said either's good. The bag was warm through both my hands, steam on the corner of my glasses. I kept talking about traffic, work, the weather, like small things could keep small things from happening. We got our usual order, sat where we always sat. Mine went cold while you answered something and smiled at the screen like that. 2 forks, extra sauce, 1 paper bag. Your knee not touching mine this time. I noticed it there before I said it anywhere, then called it a long week and let it slide. Back at home the receipt stayed on the counter under your keys and the soy sauce packet you ate standing by the sink in silence. Said the dumplings were fine, that was all. I asked if you wanted the last spring roll. You said you can have it without looking up. There are nights a room gets larger without anybody moving much. I folded the chopstick paper smaller until it was just a damp white square. Funny what your hands will busy themselves with when your mouth is scared to go there. We got our usual order, same place, same cashier, same code, but one of us was already somewhere else and one of us still calling it home. 2 forks, extra sauce, 1 paper bag, and mine cold by the time you stood to rinse your plate. I noticed it there before I knew what to name, and still said you're just tired like it could wait. Nothing shattered, nothing final, just the unopened sauce beside the stove. You're half of the show, still playing my side of the couch. Going cold next Friday, Mina might say the usual with that easy smile she's always had. I don't know when when that word stopped meaning comfort. I just know it sounded different after that. We got our usual order, and that was how I found out first. Not in a fight, not in a doorway, just watching dinner lose its worth. 2 forks, extra sauce, 1 paper bag, your chair pushed back before mine. I noticed it there before I let myself believe it, and even then I said we were fine. The app still keeps it in our history. Same items, same total, same blue button. I haven't changed it yet. I separate the colors, like that still matters now. Your white shirt with the blue stitch is folded in the pile somehow. I hold it for a second, like a hand I used to know, then toss it in with everything I'm trying not to show. The washer starts turning, and the whole room hums low. Funny how a small machine can sound so much like alone. I'm doing laundry for one cup, 1 plate, 1 side of the bed, 1 name in this house that nobody says. I'm doing laundry for 1, but your ghost is in the cotton and the thread, and every shirt comes out lighter while my heart stays wet. Your hoodie left a bobby pin caught down in the seam, and I stood there in the doorway like it meant more than it means. The dryer sheet, the static, the warm clothes in my hands, and everything is clean now except the way this ended. I keep matching socks, like order might help. Like if I fix these little things, I might not come undone myself. I'm doing laundry for 1 cup, 1 plate, 1 side of the bed, 1 name in this house that nobody says. I'm doing laundry for 1, but your ghost is in the cotton and the thread, and every shirt comes out lighter while my heart stays wet. People talk about moving on like it's one brave choice you make, but it's socks and soap and Saturdays and all the habits heartbreak takes. It's finding you in quiet chores and button sleeves and denim blue. It's learning even clean, fresh hair can still come smelling like you. I'm doing laundry for 1, and I swear that's how I know you're gone. Not from the goodbye, not from the fight, but from the way life keeps going on. I'm doing laundry for 1, and the hardest part ain't being left, it's how the world keeps folding what I haven't folded yet. The dryer stops spinning, the room goes still again. Everything is finished except missing you. I changed the shipping address first. That one was easy, just a box to clear. then the bank app, then the pharmacy, then the login I forgot we shared. The lease form asked for current tenant. I stared at that line a second too long. Not because I didn't know the answer, just because the answer used to sound different in my mouth. No tears, no music swelling, just passwords, tabs, and a pen that worked on the second try. Funny how healing starts looking more like admin than mercy. Back in my name, black ink on a white line, new address, old handwriting, same hand, different life. Account info, lease forms, all the plain things love never warned me about. Back in my name, and that felt steadier than I expected somehow. Took your contact off the emergency form, changed the pickup name onto subscriptions. There was a box for authorized user, I left it blank and kept moving. The mailbox key stuck like always. The super still gets my name wrong once a week. None of it felt dramatic, just a string of ordinary places where I stopped being plural. I used to think recovery would sound wiser, cleaner, more complete than this. Instead it sounds like printer paper and the scratch of my initials in the margins. Back in my name, utility bill, tenant, copy card on file. One line crossed out, one line corrected, the smallest forms of taking back a life. Shipping address, lease forms, every field, asking who this belongs to now. Back in my name, and for once I could answer without looking around. It didn't fix the nights, make the apartment feel less new. Didn't stop my hand from reaching for a second plate once or twice. But there was something in the signing and not leaving space for someone else that felt less like loss and more like weight returning to the right side of the scale. Back in my name, front desk package, voter card change, request page. Not triumphed and not shattered, just more like standing up than anything. Account info, lease forms, my own last name filling out the end. Back in my name, and maybe that is where some healing starts. Before the heart agrees, before the story sounds good, before it even feels brave. I signed one last form at the kitchen table and didn't hesitate once. We said goodnight in the driveway. Same smiles, same thanks for the wine. You held the door while I got in, careful in that overly polite way. Then the seatbelt clicked too loud in the pocket of air before the engine turned. GPS lit up the dashboard blue, though we both knew the way home already. I asked you okay, you said yeah in that one word shape. That means no, but not tonight. I could tell by the drive home, before anything had a name. By the seatbelt clicks, the street lights, your hand staying still between the gears. GPS voice filling in where conversation should have been. I could tell by the drive home, something had shifted at dinner and came back with us in the car. And came back with us in the car. At the red light by the pharmacy, I said, you got quiet after dessert. You said, I'm just tired, and watched the crosswalk count down from 9. Your phone buzzed face down in the cup holder. You didn't reach for it, which somehow felt worse. Outside the same gas station, same left turn, same town, looking suddenly harder to place. There are rides where silence feels earned, comfortable, late lived in. This wasn't that. This was silence standing up straighter than us. I could tell by the drive home, by the one-word answers, the windshield glare, by the GPS saying continue straight, like that meant anything to either of us there. Street lights passing in intervals, my coat still on, your jaw set thin. I could tell by the drive home. decided, or at least considered, and I wasn't inside it yet. Maybe it was what your friend had asked. Maybe it was nothing from the table at all. Maybe you just heard yourself answer some harmless question and didn't like the sound. But I have learned this much: the body says it first. And how someone drives, how they exhale, how careful they get with ordinary words. I could tell by the drive home, before the apartment, before the keys, before the hall light, by the seatbelt clicks, the waiting at stop signs, the wave and the heater sounded too bright. GPS voice, one more right turn, our building coming up too soon. I could tell by the drive home that whatever it was had entered the night before either of us could say it cleanly. You sat with the engine off for a second, like you were still arriving. The receipts were spread across the table, under the salt shaker in your left hand. Rent due, card balance, internet, gas, all the plain words that ruin a Thursday. You said we need to be smarter without looking up from the numbers. I said about what exactly, and you circled the same line twice. That's when I felt it turn, not into a fight about money, but into that deeper thing where every total starts sounding personal. The argument was in the budget, rent split, card balance, what we can absorb. You said we can't keep doing this, and the room got heavier than the words. Receipts on the table, both of us talking like adults, both of us hearing more. The argument was in the budget, but underneath it was control, sacrifice, and who gets to feel safe here anymore. I've been covering groceries. You said you've been cutting back in ways I don't see. I said that still leaves me anxious. You said everything leaves you anxious lately. Then we both went quiet for a second, the kind that means somebody hit bone. You reached for the water glass, I started stacking receipts that still mattered. No slam doors, no big performance, just two tired people getting precise. That's the brutal part of money fights. I'll clean the languages while it drags up everything messy underneath. The argument was in the budget, in the numbers, yes, but not only there. Rent split, card balance, how much one person bends before it starts to feel unfair. Receipts on the table, you saying practical, me here and you're on your own. The argument was in the budget, but underneath it was fear with the calculator trying to sound reasonable. I don't think either of us wants power, not in the ugly sense. I think we both just want relief, and relief is hard to share when there's not enough of it. You want a plan you can trust, I want a floor that doesn't move under me. And sometimes those sound like the same thing until they don't. The argument was in the budget, same kitchen, same chair, legs on the tile. You said we can't keep doing this, and for once neither of us rushed to make that smaller. Receipts on the table, one stack for now, one stack for later. One we didn't touch, the argument was in the budget, but the real one was how long we've both been trying to feel secure without saying what it cost us. When we were done, the numbers still added up the same. We just didn't. The new keys felt colder somehow. 3 silver teeth on a paper tag. I stood in the hall with 2 small boxes, reading my own last name on the lease again. The lock stuck once before it turned, the door opened on that fresh paint smell. I reached left for the old light switch and hit a blank wall with my hand instead. That's what moving is, I guess. New room, old old reflex. Your body arriving last to a place your paperwork already knows. New key, same hand, same habit of reaching where the old place was. Wrong light switch, empty hallway, boxes cutting into both my palms at once. I carried everything in alone and still caught myself leaving room. New key, same hand, hopeful in the practical sense, not the clean one people use. I put the mugs above the sink, then changed my mind and moved them down. Set the couch against the far wall where no one else's shoes would block the rug. The bedroom window faced a brick wall, but the afternoon still found a way in. I kept turning toward the bathroom door, half expecting your towel not to be mine. Nothing dramatic happened, just the quiet work of not being two anymore. Tape on the floor, one bent box cutter, my phone sliding from my back pocket when I knelt to plug the lamp in. New key, same hand, same wrist, turning different lock. Wrong light switch, late sun fading. That little pause before I found the right one. I carried boxes up 3 flights, books first, then dishes, then the plant from the sill. Same hand, and every small task said moving on before my chest quite would. I thought change would feel brighter, some movie version with windows open wide. Instead it feels like muscle memory, learning not to interrupt me all the time. Still there was one good moment, standing in the kitchen with the lamplight on, when the room looked plain and possible, and I believe that might be enough for now. New key, same hand, same finger, same ring mark fading out. Wrong light switch, one more old reflex arriving before I could think around it. I carried everything in alone and sat on the floor and let the room stay bare. New key, same hand, hopeful but not clean, more like the kind to start that still knows exactly what it came from. Before bed I locked the door twice and found the right switch in the dark without thinking. I made pasta for one tonight. Use the smaller pot without thinking twice. Plate from the top shelf, fork from the drawer, same as always, just fewer things out. The TV was on low in the living room, some home renovation show I wasn't really watching. I stood at the counter for a minute first, then sat down anyway. That felt bigger than it should have, which is maybe how healing starts. Not in speeches, not all at once, just doing the next ordinary thing without making it into a crisis. Ate dinner anyway, one plate, normal portion, no ceremony. TV on low, window cracked, traffic moving somewhere under it. I didn't spiral, didn't turn the evening into proof of anything. Ate dinner anyway, and that was enough for one quiet night like this. I almost checked my phone between bites, out of habit more than hope this time. Then left it face down by the remote and kept eating while the water glass sweated. The room still felt a little unfamiliar, like furniture after a move, but not in a sharp way, more like my body learning its way around it. There's a kind of courage that looks nothing like the word, just appetite coming back, just sitting still long enough to let the hour pass cleanly. Ate dinner anyway, one chair out, one lamp on, no performance. TV on low, sauce on the stove, dish towel drying by the sink. I didn't spiral, didn't call anybody, just to outrun the quiet. Ate dinner anyway, and that felt small but honest enough to keep. I'm not better in some finished way. The wrong song could still ruin the drive home. A receipt could still carry just tonight, and I got through it as myself. No gold star, no lesson, just food getting cold. If I kept waiting to feel different first. Ate dinner anyway, normal portion, one plate, evening intact. TV on low, dishes later, the kind of piece that doesn't ask to be noticed. I didn't spiral, just ate them, rinsed the fork, then turned the volume down. Ate dinner anyway, and maybe that's what brave looks like, after the louder version stops sounding true. When the show ended, I was still hungry enough for the last few bites, so I finished them. The fridge was loud at 2 a.m. Or maybe everything else was finally still. Bare feet on the kitchen tile, leftover noodles, plastic lid half warped. I opened my phone with one hand, already knowing what it wouldn't say. No new messages, no missed call, just the same old lock screen in my face. The motor kicked on and held that steady little mechanical ache. Funny what counts as company when the room has stopped expecting anyone. Loud fridge at 2 a.m. Blue light on the kitchen floor, leftover container in my hand, and nothing coming through the door. No messages coming in, no reason to keep checking. Still I do. The night didn't feel dramatic, just long enough for every small sound to start sounding true. I stood there eating over the sink, because some habits stay useful after love. One fork, one glass left dry, and your mug long gone from the second shelf. I thought about sending something simple, not even a question, just your name. Then watch the typing field stay empty, like my body knew better before my pride did. Outside, one car passed slow, the pipes clicked once inside the wall. Grief is less cinematic than people say, more appliances, more waiting, less mercy than that. Loud fridge at 2 a.m. Bare feet going numb on the tile. Microwave clock, thin house shirt, my hair up badly. No one here to notice, no messages coming in. Screen lighting my hand and nothing else. The night didn't feel dramatic, just ordinary enough to hurt without asking for help. I used to think missing someone would arrive with a cleaner kind of scene. Rain, maybe a slam door memory, something with music already in it. Instead, it's this, a kitchen, a humming motor, cold rice, one chair tucked in too far, and me learning how empty sounds when nobody is about to interrupt it. Loud fridge at 2 a.m. Same apartment, different air, leftover container, dim blue light, one hand on the counter just to stay somewhere. No messages coming in, and maybe that was answer enough by then. The night didn't feel dramatic, just honest in the way insomnia gets when there's nothing left to distract it. Clicked back off, the silence was worse for a second. Then I put the lid on.